custom audiences are a very powerful way to, utilize Facebook's targeting, right? It's a very powerful way. So to reach your audiences, you just need to come here. Once you've loaded your ads manager, right? Once you've loaded your ads manager, and in the previous videos, I've shown you how to get here. But once you've loaded your ads manager, you want to come to this place where you see people, right? This is your audiences. You can see it audiences, and then you can tap on it, but I prefer to open in a new tab. It doesn't matter. So once it opens up, it's loading. Okay, so once it opens up, I actually have a lot of audiences here already, which I use. So all you need to do right now is to come here and click on create audience. So once you come here to click on create audience, you're going to see once you click on it, you will see that it has custom audience, lookalike audience. So for now, let's focus on custom audience, right? Because for you to create a lookalike audience, you must first create a custom audience, right? A lookalike audience is simply an expanded version of a custom audience, like I explained, right? You want to reach more people who are similar to the type of people who have done a particular action. That's why you create a lookalike audience. But you first have to create an audience of people who have taken that action. So let's look at how we can create a custom audience. All right, so now when you're creating a custom audience, you can now check from where do you want to create this custom audience. Do you want to create it from website visitors? Do you have a customer list you want to upload? For example, people who have bought a product from you before, you want to upload their list. Do you have people who have downloaded your app? You want to upload list of people who have downloaded your app? Do you have a list of people who have, walked to your store, right? This is not very common here in Africa, but in the US, you can actually send people directly to your store, right? Do you have people who have engaged with your catalog, right? Your product catalog on Facebook? This is again not very common here in Africa. You have other sources as well. Now, these are your own sources, right? These are not Facebook sources. You have to provide these details. So this basically means if you don't have a website, you cannot use this. It also means if you don't have a customer list, you've not saved a CSV list or an Excel sheet of customers, you cannot use this. It also means that if you have not recorded your shop, you cannot use this. If you don't have an app, you cannot use this. If you don't have a catalog set up, you cannot use this. So these are your own sources, right? So for me, I have a website. I can always create this. I can always select this as my option. But before we do this, let's look at other sources, right? So imagine you've run an ad with a video before. You can come back and target everybody who has engaged with this ad, whether people that have watched 3 seconds, people that have watched the whole thing 100%. If you have an video, it must not just be an ad, it could be a normal video you uploaded. Let's say you have a video, you uploaded it, and all of a sudden it went viral, right? You could target every single person who have engaged with this video. It doesn't matter whether you have a laptop or not, you have a website or not, it doesn't matter. It must not be an ad. You have a video, the video has gone viral, people have been clicking on it, people have been watching it, you can come here and target them. You can also target people who have, you can create a custom audience of people who have engaged with your Instagram account. It could be people who have followed you. It could be people who have liked something, followed a post, etc. It could be anything. You can also target people in your lead form. I showed you how to create a lead form. You could also create a custom audience of people who have filled your lead form, right? They've engaged with your lead form before and they filled. You could also do that. Let's say you also created an event. You could target people who came to your event. Like there, you could target people who engage with your event and so on. And let's say you create an instant experience, the same thing, you could create a custom with the audience of people who engage with your instant experience. Again, if you have a Facebook page, just like your Instagram page, the same thing. If you created a shopping experience, the same thing. So basically, you could use any of these. Of course, people rarely use this augmented reality on Facebook listing shopping. People don't really use this here in Africa. So I'm not going to focus on this. I'm just going to use three examples from here. So the first is you have a website. Let's check out how you can create a custom audience of your website. So you have a website and people have been visiting your website. Now there are several ways you could use this. So let's look at the website on. Okay, so you have a website and you want to create a custom audience of people who have visited your website. So the next thing you want to do is click on next. So once you click on next, it's going to pop up